I betrayed the one person who trusted me most. I didn't just steal his wife, I destroyed our friendship. And I still don't know why I let it happen. This isn't a story I'm proud of. It's one I carry with shame. But if I don't tell it, I'll never stop hearing it in my head. My name's Jake. I'm 35. For most of my life, my best friend was Matt. We met in high school, bonded over dumb jokes and broken skateboards, and stuck together through everything. He was like a brother to me. No, he was my brother. Matt was loyal to the core. The guy who'd show up at 2 a.m. with gas money, or punch someone twice his size for saying something about your mom. He wasn't perfect, but he was solid. The kind of friend you never thought you'd lose. And I lost him because I was weak. He married Rachel when we were 28. She was stunning, smart, charming in that effortless way. I liked her immediately. We all got along. They made me their best man. I gave a speech, called them the perfect match. I meant every word. Back then, I believed it. They bought a house, started talking about kids. Matt worked long hours. Rachel worked from home. I visited often, too often. It started with game nights, then wine after dinner, then long talks when Matt wasn't around. I should have seen the danger coming. I didn't. Or maybe I didn't want to. The night it started, I remember every second. The way she laughed. The way she touched my arm. The way I didn't pull away. That moment, small as it was, cracked something open. And once it cracked, it didn't stop. After that night, things shifted. Rachel started texting me more. Harmless stuff at first. Inside jokes. Questions about Matt. Then it got personal. She told me she felt lonely. Unseen. Said Matt was always tired. Always distracted. I told her he loved her. I believed it. But I also liked that she chose to talk to me. We started meeting for coffee. Just as friends. That's what I kept telling myself. But every time she laughed at my dumb jokes or touched my hand across the table, I felt something stir. Guilt. Excitement. A sick mix of both. Matt had no idea. He trusted me with everything, even his house key. When he traveled for work, I'd check on things. Feed the cat. Bring in the mail. Sometimes Rachel was home. Sometimes not. I never told him how often I stayed longer than I should have. One night, I dropped by with takeout. Matt was out of town. Rachel opened the door in sweatpants and bare feet. We ate on the couch. Watched a movie. She fell asleep on my shoulder. I didn't move. Just sat there, heart racing, pretending this wasn't happening. When she woke up, she didn't pull away. She looked at me like I was already hers. I didn't say a word. Neither did she. That silence said everything. The next time I saw her, we kissed. Just once. Quick. Soft. But it was real. And we didn't stop it. I wanted to. I swear I did. But every time I thought of Matt, I pushed it down. Said I'd end it tomorrow. Then another message would come. Another coffee. Another moment alone. We kept slipping. And the worst part? It didn't feel wrong anymore. The truth is, I started to feel like she was mine. Like Matt didn't deserve her. Like I did. I told myself lies to survive what I was doing. That Matt had grown cold. That Rachel was better off. That love was messy and complicated. But deep down, I knew I was just betraying a man who would have died for me. We didn't even try to stop. Every visit turned into an excuse. Every moment alone felt like a secret we couldn't wait to unwrap. We were careful, paranoid, even, but not careful enough. The guilt didn't disappear, it just got quieter. We got better at ignoring it. Rachel started telling me things Matt said. Complaints, frustrations. Things she should have shared with him, not me. I listened. Agreed. Played the role of the understanding friend. But I was more than that now. I was the one she chose when he wasn't around. We spent the night together, the first time Matt had a business trip that lasted 3 days. I stayed over. Slept in his bed. with his wife. That sentence still makes me sick. But in that moment, it felt like something I'd wanted for years. And I convinced myself she felt the same. I stopped seeing other people. Stopped dating. I didn't want to. I wanted Rachel. I started imagining a life with her. A world where she left Matt, and we were finally honest. Free. But she didn't talk like that. Not yet. She said she wasn't ready to break his heart. I started resenting Matt. The man I once loved like a brother now felt like an obstacle. He trusted me blindly. Invited me to dinner. Shared his plans. His dreams. He even asked me to be godfather to their future kid. I nodded and smiled. I felt like a ghost in my own body. There were nights I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man staring back. I was lying to everyone. To Matt. To myself. I'd become the very thing I always swore I'd never be. A traitor. But I couldn't stop. I didn't want to. I told myself we'd come clean soon. But we never did. We waited too long. Got too comfortable. Too reckless. And then Matt found the message. Just one line on her phone that she forgot to delete. A question from me. 7 words that ended everything. Do you miss me like I do? Matt called me the next morning. His voice was off. Flat. He asked if I could come over. Said he needed to talk. I felt it in my gut the end was coming. I thought about lying. Pretending I didn't know what he meant. But I went anyway. Like a coward walking toward a noose. He didn't yell. He didn't throw punches. He just showed me her phone. The message from me. He looked me in the eye and said, "Tell me it's not what I think." I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. That silence said everything. Rachel was in the kitchen. I could hear her crying. I couldn't tell if it was guilt or fear. Matt stared at me like he was looking at a stranger. "How long?" he asked. I said nothing. He asked again. Louder, angrier. I said almost a year. That broke him. He didn't hit me. I almost wished he had. He just walked to the door and opened it. "Get out," he said. "You're dead to me." I stood there for a second, hoping for, I don't know what, forgiveness? A scream? Something. But all I got was the sound of the door slamming behind me. Rachel didn't follow me. I think she stayed because she thought she could fix it. Or maybe because she didn't want to face what we'd done together. Either way, I left alone. Drove for hours. Didn't answer my phone. Didn't go home. Just existed. I lost my best friend in one moment. Not slowly. Not gradually. But like a building collapsing under its own weight. I had built that destruction brick by brick. Every lie. Every touch. Every stolen night. And now I stood in the rubble, choking on the dust. I told myself I deserved it. Every second of it. And I did. But knowing that doesn't make the silence easier. It just makes it permanent. Rachel reached out a week later. She said Matt had moved out. That he wasn't speaking to her. She sounded numb. Broken. Said she thought maybe now we could finally be together. But I didn't feel relief. I felt nothing. Because everything that mattered had already been lost. I tried to care. Tried to imagine a future with her. But all I saw was the ruin we had left behind. The home we wrecked. The friendship we killed. The trust we burned to ash. It was like trying to build a life on a graveyard. We lasted another month. Maybe 2. Then she left. Packed up without warning. No goodbye. Just silence. Maybe she realized the same thing I did. That we weren't lovers, we were just the consequences of a terrible decision. I didn't date after that. Couldn't. I barely went out. I ignored calls. Friends stopped inviting me places. I was the guy who betrayed his best friend. The guy who stole what wasn't his and ended up with nothing. And honestly, I deserved that title. I saw Matt once. From across a parking lot. He looked right at me. Didn't blink. Didn't nod. Just turned and walked away. That look cut deeper than any insult. I wanted to run after him. to beg. But I knew better. Some wounds don't get second chances. I wrote him a letter. A real one. Not to justify. Not to fix. Just to tell him that I knew what I did. That I missed him. That I would have traded everything to undo it. I never sent it. It sits in my drawer, folded and stained. I think about him every time something good happens. Every time I laugh. Every time I feel peace. Because there's always a part of me whispering, you don't deserve this. And maybe I don't. Maybe that's the price I pay now. Forever. It's been over a year. Matt and I haven't spoken. I don't know where he lives. Don't know if he's dating someone new. I deleted Rachel's number. Haven't seen her since she left. Sometimes I wonder if she ever thinks about me. But not often. I try not to. I've started rebuilding. Slowly. Therapy twice a month. Journaling. Long walks that feel like penance. I've changed jobs. Moved apartments. Donated everything that reminded me of that time. But the guilt? That's not something you can throw away. People think betrayal is a moment. One decision. But it's not. It's 1,000 choices. 1,000 little yeses when you should have said no. It's silence when you should have spoken. And lies you tell yourself so you can sleep at night. I don't expect forgiveness. From Matt. From Rachel. From anyone. I'm not even sure I forgive myself. But I've learned what I lost. Not just a friend. But the version of me who was worthy of that friendship. That guy is gone. Replaced by someone who will carry this forever. I've told this story here not because I want sympathy. But because maybe someone reading this is standing at the edge of a similar line. Maybe they think no one will find out. That it won't matter. That love justifies everything. Trust me, it doesn't. So now I ask you, if your best friend did what I did, if he betrayed you in the worst way possible, could you ever look him in the eye again? Could you forgive someone who stole what he knew meant everything to you?